Back in 2009, Gallup conducted an international survey in more than 140 countries entitled States of the Global Workplace. The objective of their study was to discover how many people are content or discontent with their jobs. What they found was an overwhelming majority of people, 87% to be exact, are discontent with their jobs. Several other studies conducted by different researchers in different parts of the globe, they came to the conclusion that Monday morning is the most prevalent time and day of week for an individual to have a heart attack. Stress and depression, however, are not exclusive to the workplace alone. According to a report released by the World Health Organization, the leading cause of death for young girls aged 15 to 19 is suicide, and it's the third leading cause of death for boys at age 2. In fact, every 40 seconds, someone somewhere in this world commit suicide. That's more than 2,100 people a day. So although the feeling of depression is a very lonely one, clearly there is something deeply wrong with the society in which we live. If you have a garden full of flowers and the overwhelming majority of those flowers are dying, obviously you have to take a look at the environment, the soil that they planted in. Our environment is dominated by war, poverty, homelessness, inequality, corruption, and a conglomerate of issues that any normal, sane, empathic human being would be deeply depressed by. But did you know that the United Nations has officially gone on record as explaining we have more than enough food to feed the entire world's population, and we also have the scientific know-how to accomplish this task? In fact, they said $30 billion a year, which is a tiny fraction of what is being spent on these wars that only benefit the ruling class. Only $30 billion a year can eradicate world hunger. The World Bank commissioned a study in which they discovered there is more than enough water for the entire population. And finally, Professor Hans Rosling has tangibly proven that the world is not overpopulated. Those 3 massive bullshit myths debunked. There's more than enough food, more than enough water, and more than enough land for every single human being to live a happy, content lifestyle. Rather than governments, banks, and corporations working towards these attainable goals, they indulge in things like war, artificial scarcity, and privatization, which fuels this fire. Then they offer us jobs which actually serve this criminal and corrupt system so that we can earn paper money which has imaginary value, controlled by a very small elite, so that we can afford to live in a house, buy the food, and buy the water. This is just a sophisticated form of slavery. But that's not even where it starts. As children pulsating with enthusiasm and eagerness to create a better world, instead of us being empowered and educated in how we might accomplish this task, we are instead conditioned to not only accept the system, but to fit into it and ultimately serve it. As you can see, guys, your depression is not some unexplainable esoteric phenomenon that is exclusive to you alone. We live in a sick society that we need to change. So how can we change this world, and how can you overcome your depression, or at the very least counter its toxic influence? And the answer is one and the same. First, you have to unplug your mind from the system and their disempowering distractions, and then take your life into your own hands. Instead of reading about celebrity gossip, read about philosophy, self-help, or psychology. Instead of watching that reality show, watch an informative, empowering documentary. Instead of spending half the day on social media, go exercise, go meditate. Join an organization where you can practice public speaking and social interacting. Stop hanging around people that are not going to help you grow. Instead of listening to the mind-numbing stupidity of the top 40, listen to a motivational speaker. Don't eat candy, eat fruit. You have to start to realize that every single choice you make or do not make is either disempowering you or it's going to empower you. Whatever we decide to do or not do with our lives is directly creating the society in which we live. This is just scratching the surface. So in addition to relevant links that will help you to verify the claims that I've made in this video, so you know I'm not bullshitting you, I will also link an essay that I wrote about how I personally overcame my own anxiety, my own addiction, my own depression, to help you through your journey. You can change your life, and we can change this world, guys. It does not have to be like this. It's only a tiny minority that is benefiting from all of this war, this artificial scarcity, this imposed poverty, and this exploitation. Now, we literally outnumber them by at least 1,000,000 to 1. They need us. We don't need them. So all we have to do is wake up. Please help me share this message. One life.